Hi there, this is Jacob Nash, and in this video, we'll be talking about function equality. So this might have not been something that you've learned, even though it's considered a prerequisite, so you might want to pay attention. So how can we say that two functions are equal? Well, there's two criteria that it has to meet. The domain and range must be the same. Also, for every x value in x, meaning the domain of a certain function, should the y values be the same for both. Doesn't have to always be f or g. It could be gh, hj. I don't think you usually do I of x, not to get confused with imaginary. So let's look at these two functions. Are they equal? Well, pretty much it might be easy for you to just say no. But one important thing that we're going to need to start doing is saying why. Why is just as important as your yes or no answer. So we'll say how or why, how we can say the answer. So the domain and range of the first is all real numbers. The domain and range of the second is clearly not all real numbers. How can we tell? Well, actually, these tell us that there's a hole right there. And these actually would look quite similar if graphed, except for there would be a hole at x equals -1. So that's how we know the domain is not all real numbers. So we know these aren't equal. So let's say y. Here's how we can say y. Say note that at where f equals, or f of, where f of -1 equals -3. So that's, we're saying that if we plug in -1 for x, sorry, -4, where we plug in -1 for x right here, we would get -4, right? So that makes sense, right? But where g is -1, this is undefined. Sorry. And we can say, therefore, f and g are not equal as functions. Sorry for that text. Like I said, the videos will be good soon, or better soon. There is one thing that we can say, though. Here's an important thing that we can notate. We are able to say this, and I'll just write it. G of x equals x minus 1 times x. Oops. How about I actually write the correct thing? X plus 1 times x minus 3 divided by x plus 1 equals x plus, or x minus 3, sorry. I keep looking at the wrong thing. That's why I have these errors. Because what I have on my paper is not the same thing as what I wrote here. That's the reason why. But this is for when x doesn't equal -1. So what does this mean? We're saying, well, actually, these are equal, but only when x is not -1. That's actually true. So hopefully this made sense. It's really not as complicated as it seems. It's just basically you have to follow these rules, and if not, we need to say why. And we can give an example. And the example is where the x value is -1, we yield different answers. We yield -4 in one, and we yield undefined in the other. That's why they're not equal as a function.